Let us now study the structure of a monocot seed. In the previous video, we have studied about the structure of a dicot seed. A monocot seed, over here, we are taking the example maize. A monocot seed is a seed that is having only one cotyledon. So let us try and understand the structure or detailed structure of the monocot seed. The monocot seed has a seed coat, that is the outer covering over here which you can see, and the seed coat in the case of monocots is membranous and it is normally fused with the wall of the fruit. So the membranous seed coat is fused with the fruit wall. Though the main aim of the seed coat remains the same, that is, its main function is to provide protection to the developing embryo. The seed coat inside has a layer which is known as an aileron layer. This aileron layer is made up of protein. So this layer, which is proteinaceous in nature, has a definite significance. It actually stores the minerals, lipids, etc. and is providing them to the embryo. So it stores these. This is the red layer which you see over here is the aileron layer, and it is important because it provides or it passes the nutrition to the developing embryo. Another structure which you see over here is the endosperm. The endosperm is quite bulky in the case of the monocot seed and forms the major part. It forms the major part of the grain, and it is the site that is storing the nutrition again. So the nutrition is kept, the endosperm forms the major bulk. It forms the major bulk of the seed and has the nutrition which is being then utilized for the embryo. Now the maize or the monocot seed has another structure that is actually partitioning or dividing. So this main embryo is actually situated in a groove over here at one corner, and the major part of the seed is occupied by the endosperm. Now, certain cases in certain seeds, the endosperm may be present or may be absent, as in the case of orchids. So, the orchids will fall under the category of non-endospermic seeds. So, here we find that separation, the layer that separates this is an epithelial layer. So, it separates the embryo from here, and it separates the embryo from the endosperm. Now this another part which you find over here where the embryo lies is the scutellum. Now scutellum is the cotyledon. So it is, the scutellum is a cotyledon over here, and that cotyledon, it is having the nutrition. So it absorbs all the nutrition from the endosperm and passes to the developing embryo. So here the scutellum is an important structure which provides nutrition to the embryo by absorbing the nutrients from the endosperm. Another very common structure or very important structure which is found in the case of the monocot seed is a coleoptile. Coleoptile is a delicate sheath that covers the plumule. So if you see over here, this structure is the plumule, and these are the embryonic layers or the sheaths, and the coleoptile is the area or the sheath that protects the plumule. The plumule will develop into shoot, and the coleoptile sheath that protects the plumule. So this sheath will actually, the cells are placed close to each other and they will be protecting the developing shoot. The radicle is situated over here and it is protected by another sheath, that is coelorhiza. So coelorhiza is a protective sheath that protects the radicle. Now, as you can see over here, the important structure over here, it differs. That means the dicot seed do not have the aileron layer, the coleoptile, the coelorhiza, the scutellum. So here we find that there is only one single cotyledon-like structure which is known as the scutellum. The seeds are, monocot seeds are mostly endospermic, but some of the seeds are non-endospermic. Here in the monocot seed, the endosperm forms the major bulk and it is having an aileron layer which absorbs or which takes stores the minerals and lipids and fats, etc., and are passed through the scutellum to the developing embryo. The embryo is situated towards one side in the groove, and it has the plumule, that is the embryonal axis, that is having the plumule and the radicle. Now the plumule is protected by a sheath which is known as the coleoptile, whereas the radicle is protected by another sheath which is known as coelorhiza. So these are the various structures which are found in the case of monocot seeds. There is a distinct difference between the two types of seeds.